Hello guys and welcome to a little bit different video today. Um, we just had the iWEC 6 hours of Suzuka. The iWEC is basically a hosted series with, as you can see, LMP1s and with GTEs. Um, and yeah, I'm running Manatee with my team basically, as you can see, or as you know maybe, which is basically P2 here, this car. Um, And I started from P2. I had the pace advantage over basically all of the others on the first stint. Um, or that's what I thought going into the race, at least, and it definitely was like that in the end. But yeah, stint one created some crazy racing and wasn't really what I expected from it, and uh, it was extremely challenging in the end, and the result wasn't really what I expected. But it definitely created a lot of great LMP racing, and I have never really seen that amount of overtakes without big things happening in an LMP1 field in iRacing, or not even in real life. We can count actually, but I think it was 28 overtakes that actually happened in the first 40 minutes between, or at least for me, which were for position and actually only twice, I think, with contact. But yeah, nothing really bad happened from that, luckily. And it was just so enjoyable that I think I should just show you what happened basically. And we're gonna, yeah, use different perspectives as well. To start with, I think we should start with this one. We're right at the start. Um, we're going to swap to cockpit later, and basically, yeah, he just decided to start, which is fully okay. And I was a bit surprised by the amount of boost P2 put on, and I thought, oh, I'm going to defend that one. And then I actually created a run on P1 and went around the outside for turn 1. But here we made contact, which I'm not going to say anything apart from he wasn't really on the inside. But nothing really happened. I was a bit furious back then, but in the end it was nothing really happened, and it created a lot of great racing. I'm just gonna let it like this because the the things here don't really block anything. You can at least see my speed. Um, I'm just gonna stay in cockpit for a few laps now, or for a few moments, or we can actually swap to TV1. I think that looks quite okay. Um, so you immediately notice that I'm faster than this guy here. P5. I fell down to P5, I think. Um, yeah, and wasn't really happy with the situation back then. Um, we lost so much time, or not so much time, but I thought we were going to lose so much time in traffic, and P1 can really create a gap. But you're going to see what happens in the end. Yeah, you definitely see that I've got pace advantage over him. Porsche is just a bit more boost, so I need to be a bit senseful to not just use all my boost and then I'm going to run out of it. So I could only make the move here before 130R. And now I'm at P4. He wasn't trying to get back at me. He was just having a slipstream basically, hard over the curbs and chicane. And yeah, now we can swap to cockpit for a lap. I think the next lap nothing really is going to happen, but you can see the track. I'm actually turning off the HUD because it looks better like this. So turn 1, you basically go flat into it and start braking where the curb starts. I'm going to show you around the track a bit now. It wasn't a great lap, but yeah, this corner is almost flat, then you have to brake for this one. And always prepare the corner a little bit, but not as much as if you would be in a GTE. In a GTE you would run a different line to this one. But in LMP1 it's just more flat. I was a bit careful as well here, because I wasn't really sure if I've got damage or not and stuff. So this is not really good driving here, but it should be good enough to show you around the track. Yeah, you can see that I start catching the guys ahead now. The guy ahead is actually my teammate, our second car, our sister car, or I should say our first car, because it's the championship leading car actually. Um, so yeah, I started catching them. Now I'm in slipstream, roundabout, and actually you can see that the P1 and P2 are not far off him. So at this point I noticed, okay, it was maybe not too bad what happened in turn 1, or it's not gonna have a big effect. I mean, it's a 6 hour race anyway, but the other two teams, I wasn't really worried about the pace from our sister car. They were solid drivers, but they were just a little bit slower than us. And anyway, we're not gonna fight each other too hard. And if they win and reach the core P2, that would be fine, or the other way around. But the other two cars, they had really fast drivers as well, and it would have been good to get past them quite fast, or to get at their back at least. So here I wasn't really sure what my teammate was doing, but he let me by in the end, which was nice, thanks to him. He knew that I was faster as well, so yeah. Now we're basically in P3, catching Simtech, I think was the team name, and P1 is Hoover. Yeah, Simtech, and that's Hoover Racing Esports. So shout out to them for creating a great race with us. Yeah, stint LMP1 is 40 minutes, so I'm gonna show you around 40 minutes of racing, and yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You have to remember that we're still gonna face GTE traffic, and that will clearly be crazy. I haven't actually rewatched it yet properly, so it's also gonna be nice for me to see. And we would actually want to count the overtakes, so what kind of overtakes happen? I'm not going to count that we lost 4 positions in turn 1 or turn 2, it doesn't really count. But we passed 2 guys since 10, so overtake count is on 2 right now. Should actually make a list, otherwise I'll just forget where we are. So we had 4 position on-track overtakes between LMP1 cars so far. Myself, our car. You can see that I start catching them quite fast, which is what I mentioned as well. We had the pace advantage over them. But it turned out not to be very easy to pass around here, or to stay ahead actually. For some reason the livery of Simtech isn't loading, and it was a nice livery, so it's a shame. I'm just gonna control R here. Oh, it's still not loading, that's a shame. They definitely had a nice livery. But it's maybe even easier to distinguish the cars, or to see what car is what, because their livery was kind of similar to ours. They also had the dark blue. Now they've got black. Yeah. I hope it's gonna load at some point. So, through the S's I really caught up to him now. And that was actually a crazy move, or not a crazy move, we can watch it back. I wasn't really expecting that move, to do that move. Never really seen moves there between the same class. I just got a better exit here, and then I boosted a bit. I actually was on the grass with 2 wheels there on the left, and just got the position. I had to go quite wide into Dagna 1, but in the end I could make it stick. So that's not gonna be the last move or last overtake against that car, I'm gonna tell you this thing. So now I'm now I'm behind Huber and trying to catch them, hunt them down. I said to myself that I'm not gonna fast forward any of the scenes, so even though if there's like no move for a lap or 2 laps, I'm just not gonna fast forward. You could do that on YouTube if you want, but you're probably gonna miss an overtake. As I said, I think it's gonna be 28 or something in the full stint, and that's quite a high ratio of overtakes. It's almost an overtake every minute. And yeah, if you see that we're already 8 minutes into the race almost, or 7 minutes, and there were only 3 overtakes, the ratio is gonna become way higher. Yeah, at the back you can see our second LMP flying into the picture as well. Looks really nice here as well. It's a perfect track for these cars, to be honest. I mean, Le Mans is also a perfect track for these cars, because these cars are specially made for Le Mans. But Le Mans is rather low downforce, high top speeds, and this one here is more using all the downforce and the potential of the car. Through here we really had an advantage on all the other cars through the S's. I think we ran a bit more downforce than most of them, which probably also led to the problem that we can't really properly keep ahead of a car once we've finally passed it. Oh, it just looks so planted, or is so planted, it looks so nice. So now we're gonna face GT traffic, as you can see, the first one coming there. Really closed in on Hoover there in the braking zone as well. So now all the craziness is gonna start. Don't know if you can actually see it from this perspective. So this was quite a tight squeeze there. He didn't really do anything not allowed. It was fine. But it was crazy defending, and here he actually just made contact because I was surprised by him being quite slow. So sorry for that, but it was kind of like payback for turn 1, and I actually let him by again because I didn't want to get a penalty, and yeah, that wasn't really how I want to make a move. It's gonna get way crazier. So now top 3 are fighting. Actually, yeah, the P3, the guy that started in P3 is now leading for the first time in the race. Not the last time. I think we should actually watch that back from my cockpit though. That move here. Because it was closer than it probably looked, or more crazy than it looked from the outside. Outboard shot. So I could use more road there, and you can actually see that he's got damage at the rear. He's got that from a curb that he hit quite hard on lap 2, I think. That hindered him a bit. Yeah, that was quite a tight squeeze there. It was fair and square. It was at the limit, and here, yeah, I just rammed him in the back because our car is just quite a bit faster through the corners. I'm now going to fast forward because we've already seen that. So, I don't actually know what camera angle I should show you. Maybe this one works quite well for a few laps. So you can actually see that I boosted past the Hoover car now and into turn 1. I've got some traffic to face, just squeezed through here. And now we're back in P2. Oh, actually, forgot to make the list. So I passed the Hoover when I hit him. And then, are we gonna count it? No, we're not gonna count it. I just let both of them by, but I now passed the Hoover again, so we're at 5 overtakes so far. But yeah, this is gonna be a crazy scene now. Oh, he was on the grass there because he was blocked, and then Nathan passed him here in the Hoover car. It's Nathan, which was a crazy move, and it looked really. I wasn't prepared for that from cockpit, I can tell you. Yeah, Stender was just blocked by the GTE there, and it's a strange spot, or not a strange spot. It's a tough spot for making moves, to be honest. But you have to make a move there in LP1. It's just made for creating problems, that thing. And the GTE actually went off, but he came back on track unscathed. So that was actually move number 6 there, overtake number 6. And now you saw that I almost got past the Hoover guy into the hairpin, but then there was some traffic. The different boost threads, the different classes always creates crazy racing. Now it's gonna be, oh no, I thought, probably in a few laps. I just mixed up the laps. I thought there's gonna be a crazy move now, but it's coming. One of the next laps. So you can see that the traffic was just crazy. I'm gonna show you from my cockpit as well. I think we've already passed half the field already of the GTEs or something, but it's only gonna get crazy. So I lost some time here because I couldn't pass this guy before 130R. Yeah, but there's so much traffic ahead that I'm probably gonna gain it back anyway. That's what I thought. Or that's just in general what you have to think in that situation. Got a good slipstream here from him as well. He got some slipstream from the GTEs, but yeah, it definitely helped the slipstream here. And then it was quite a crazy move by him as well to turn 1 there, I have to say. I run a bit wide here because I had to get on the throttle to pass him without hindering the GTE there. That's why I ran a bit wide. And here there was also a strange situation. Normally you're not passing around the inside here. At least not the GTEs, because that cost some time, but he just squeezed in there and I was able to follow him. Yeah, and you can see now into Degner you've got GTEs ahead. That's not really what you want, because GTs are gonna hold you up so much through here as well. I always boosted more here, so this time again I had to lift actually to not run into him, because I just had, yeah, more speed. Here I prepared the exit a bit by staying wide. Now you can see I've got to run again. I can't really use it, but now there's gonna be something crazy, I tell you. I'm going for the outside here. Let me show you from TV again. Run a bit wide, but it's fine, and then I run around the outside of this GTE, and you couldn't see it. You're gonna see it from the outboard shot. But we almost made contact, the Uber car and me, because he was still on my inside. I'm gonna show it from TV1 and then also from far chase. I just went for the outside, and then the GTE turned in as he should do, to be honest. And Nathan had to brake. Or yeah, Nathan was a bit opportunistic. Nathan thought this gap wouldn't close, but it's always going to close. GTEs have to take the inside line here, and that's kind of my thinking when I went for the outside here. Not really a normal move, but I thought, yeah, okay, why not try it? I went a bit wide. It was fine, and then I could just pass him around the outside, and there was quite close with the contact I mentioned. So I probably missed some overtakes already, but that I'm gonna count it as number 7. I'm actually not so sure if there have been any others. Oh yeah, there definitely were other overtakes, because number 6 I think was when I passed him on the straight. When did he actually get my position? Oh, here's actually our GTE car, which just got a new livery, and I love it. I'll actually show you for a second, because nothing really happens. Yeah, good job to the dude who made it. Actually forgot how did Nathan get past me again after I passed him on the start and finish straight? Oh well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna count it. I think there was another move. Well, here it was actually quite crazy with GTE, but it's the same place again as earlier. It's just gonna create crazy scenes because it's like you exit that left-hander as a GT or as a normal car class on the right and have to go over to the left through a left-hander as well. And some guys prefer to stay to the right a bit more. Some guys just go over to the left immediately, and that's just kind of crazy. Actually got a better camera angle. It's rear right. I'm actually. Oh, that's the result. I'm actually like 4 seconds behind the leader now, because here's the leader, because he didn't have to battle, so he gained quite a bit of time, but we still had the pace advantage. So you'll see I'm gonna catch him quite fast. We might actually skip that part. That was a driver error by there. That hitting that curb. I'm just gonna fast forward that now because nothing really is gonna happen in the next 2 laps, I think. Didn't really gain time on the first clean lap. On the second lap I gained 2 seconds though, I think. So now I'm definitely close already to him. You can't see it probably. But yeah, just thought now. I think he didn't even make a mistake into here, but I was just able to brake later here. And it was kind of a Constantino that got so close. But I'm definitely closer now. I'm around a second away from him, and in general in the last 3 laps or so I gained 3 seconds, or in the last 2 laps even, so I knew that I had the pace advantage. I was now actually getting close to him, but it didn't turn out as easy as I thought it would be. I actually want to find a nice camera angle here for the next few laps. That one should work. It looks really good, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to get to 28 overtakes. I can't really imagine that now, but I counted 28 normally. Probably missed 1 or 2 already. It's not down to the number. You've probably, if you're in the race and in the car, the moves always feel a bit more crazy than they appear from the outside actually. So what you've seen so far, that was crazy from inside the car, and probably you won't really get what I felt when I was driving. By the way, you can really see me getting closer through the S's now here. Even though there's dirty air, I was able to get closer. Hit the inside curb in a bad angle there, but still was able to gain time through the S's. Really like the camera angle, to be honest. No, but it probably didn't look as crazy for you now, but I still want to share the experience that I had, and it was a great stint. It was so much fun. I really loved to battle the other 2 cars. I actually wanna see his livery. Don't know why it's not loading. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want to restart trading paints now. Just imagine his livery looking a bit similar to ours and looks good. So it looks really good, their livery. Another GTE. So we're just getting to the GTEs for the second time now. So that's the back end of the field, the GTE field. Coming to 130R. That was a bit crazy, that situation. I didn't want to do side by side with this guy through the chicane, but he then just was so slow because he kind of expected that it was that it was next to him probably. Now we could get some GTEs on the start and finish straight, which is nice, because you don't want to have too many 3Ss, but the amount of GTEs that were in the race, I think it was like 27 GTEs, you're always gonna have some 3Ss if they're still so close together, as you can see now. Yeah, it was the same situation as earlier on. He created a gap that normally you don't really pass where he passed there, because the GTE is on the outside. You can pass here though, because here the GTEs are not on the outside. They have to prepare the exit of the S's. This one is also a very nasty pass into Degner 1. I don't like it, but you have to do it to not lose too much time sometimes. It wasn't unsafe, but I just don't like it. And now you'll notice that into the hairpin here, or before the hairpin, my boost trade was always that I boosted more than him. So I always got close into the hairpin. And now the real battle is gonna start. At this point I noticed I have the pace advantage over him, quite a bit actually. But once I'm close behind him, he stops making mistakes and he actually picks up the pace a bit. So it wasn't easy to pass him, I noticed. So I knew that I have to be clever and plan the moves good. And here I had a run actually, because I boosted a bit more into 130R. And I couldn't see that he was on the outside. I could have taken a better line basically, probably into it, but I was just not gonna hit him there, so that's why I slowed down really. I could have taken the spot probably, but he showed balls there, so he stayed on it anyway, so it was the right decision to back out. But if I had known that he was completely over to the right, I could have taken a better line and it wouldn't have been a big problem. Yeah, that's actually also not the greatest move to do, to be honest there. But I noticed that he's gonna let the door open. That's more a normal pass that I'm gonna do now, preparing for the around the outside here. Just got so much downforce, the LMPs, that you can easily make that move. You see that I actually lost the LP leader now because of the traffic, but I'm gonna be right this back soon. I really like the camera angle, so you don't have to fast forward any, it looks great. Actually also this one, where is it? Which is that's our car here. But I don't like it because it's a bit too far off. It shows really good what's going on track. So actually gonna keep it until I'm really close to him. So this is our car here. This is him. Into Spoon now. Behind the GTE, and he's got traffic as well up there, so it didn't really matter. Now we're not gonna see anything, so I'm gonna go back to Chopper. You can actually change these cameras as well. This one is a bit too close maybe, but for the battle it should be fine because we're close together anyway. And out of here, by the way, you'll notice that he has got so much more boost than me. But yeah, let's come to that later. That was probably the quietest phase of the first stint now. But then it's gonna get really messy, or not messy, very, very nice actually, very enjoyable. So many moves are gonna come still. And I get if you can't really believe what I'm saying, because it's quite calm now, and I'm just P2 and he's P1, nothing really is happening, but you can go if you want to miss some great moves, that's what I'm gonna say. I should have actually shown the first bit in this camera as well. There's our GTE again. And you can see that I'm right at his tail now again. It's just crazy how they're just parking compared to us out of the corners. The boost. So at this point I was thinking, where could I pass him the best? And the Porsche was good to pass into turn 1 basically. That's also what I tried with him, but as I said, he's got so much boost out of the chicane that I probably after this lap I noticed, oh, it's not gonna be the first corner then, because I can't have so much energy there. My boost strat, and even if I change my boost strat, it's still not gonna be perfect. And I think my boost strat was fine. It was just his being different, not worse, but different. So actually here I thought, oh, I'm gonna pass him into turn 1, but then I noticed, oh no, he has so much boost. Even in slipstream I can't really get close. And you can notice here that he's probably running a little bit less downforce, because I couldn't really get closer in slipstream. And now you're gonna notice that I'm full over him in the S's, even with dirty air. Oh, nothing really in it to separate us there. I made the move earlier here, but I think he had it sorted then. But now you're going to notice my boost advantage into the hairpin, which I actually then maximized by not boosting out of the S's. So you can see that I boost past him for the first time here, make the move around the outside in the hairpin. It was nice racing already, leaving us space. That's move number 8 on our list. Still side by side here. Not really done the move yet because there's a left-hander coming, but then I boosted again a bit to just stay ahead. So basically now I thought, here for some reason I kept running wide in that corner. The wind was a bit different to the practice service. That's just gonna be my excuse. It seriously was different, the wind, but I still don't really know why I kept having problems there with that corner. Let's just change the camera now though, to maybe this one. Oh, actually, just watch TV1 for a bit again. Yeah, as I said, I thought I would have it done now, but then I noticed, whoa, there's a spaceship coming behind me here. I actually tried to defend, but you can't really defend into turn 1 on the inside or the outside, so it was a bit crazy. And then he went a bit deep into turn 1 though. I'm gonna watch that back, because that was actually quite crazy. Well, I think I might have actually made contact there. You can really see him having good run on us there, and then he went a bit wide, and I just sticked it in there again, which was fine. I made little contact with him, couldn't really keep the inside line, but I wasn't really doing it on purpose. I was just running my line, and at some point I was just next to him because he was running wide into turn 1, which didn't really help us turn 2 either and stuff. So it just kind of happened, but it was fine in the end. Anyway, that's move number 9, his pass. And basically, yeah, same as last lap here again, I think. I knew that I'm gonna have an advantage into here. I actually had even more extra boost now, so that's pass number 10. And now I thought, okay, save some energy force. Or I think at this stage I didn't even think about saving energy force that will finish. I just thought, oh, you can't boost as much this lap again there. So I thought I'm just gonna, yeah, use spoon and the remaining corners to create a gap to him. And you can see there is a gap. That's probably around 7, 8, 10th already. He's actually not. I'm not actually in the picture anymore for him. Let's just go to this for a second. Through the chicane at least. So you see there's quite a big gap actually. He's not really close. There's no DRS or anything in these cars. Yeah, now you're gonna see that he's got such a big advantage on the boosting here. He's so far back as well. You can see that. He's just creating such a big run on me. I always had on a perfect lap, but here was actually a headwind into turn 1. So yeah, I never had a perfect lap in terms of top speed. Maybe 283, and he had 290. I didn't actually look at it now, but 280, 297. I don't think there was contact there. I haven't even noticed that situation in the race, so I don't know. Just seen it the first time. Might have actually have been contact, but I didn't feel it. He didn't feel it, so it's fine. It was just due to the traffic. So you also noticed that we are coming through traffic again now. And now I was sure that I had the position because he couldn't come back. He didn't come back at me into turn 1, and I had a full lap to use my pace advantage basically. And you can see the gap is definitely creating. Just gonna try to make that camera work as well. It's actually different every lap, I think, how the camera is. So this actually works quite well. You can see there's a big gap there. So I was sure that I've got the position covered now. I was just thinking about getting in a rhythm, pulling away from him, but it's not really what's gonna happen. So nice little clean track ahead of us as well, but in the LMP you just catch the GTEs so fast. Oh, now it's too far away again. I've got 283, 284, and he had 293, so 10k more. Didn't really have too much slipstream this time. Just gonna go into Gyro again by him. Yeah, and now I was even more sure that I had the position. I wasn't even thinking about it anymore, to be honest. But yeah, you know, traffic is always gonna create opportunities. We're just gonna move this camera down a bit in front, forward. Oh, that actually doesn't look good. Just keep it like that. Now anyway, we're gonna see a nice block against me here. Don't know what this guy was doing, but he was just pulling over to the side, which cost me all my run out of there, and then he was immediately at my back again. Yeah, that's traffic. Sometimes you lose time, sometimes you gain time. Another piece of traffic here, which actually cost me time. So he's at my back again. That was actually crazy. I'm gonna see that again. I had to pass on the grass because this guy was just coming over. You can't actually see it from here. Probably there was some space, but I was just not sure what he was doing. Yeah, there was definitely space. But you can run over the grass there without anything happening, so I just did it. And now you can see he's all over me, with his boost advantage still to come. Oh, I can actually see it, can't see it here. But yeah, I kept the position into there. Nothing really happened there. Now I thought, oh, nice gap again, but yeah, he's just gonna change my thoughts by, yeah, flying past me, really flying. That's pass number 11 now. Oh, that was, oh yeah, they actually made contact, but nothing happened to either of them, really. For me it was important to get that position into there as well. This is a bit too close, I think. Can I actually change it? Yeah, that's better, I think. I don't know if I actually changed it. Not too sure. What can I change here? Zoom. Or zoom out a bit. Maybe that's gonna work a bit better. Yeah, now I've got that place again. But this, I didn't really have a run here, so I wasn't going for the move. I was trying something different because I've passed him twice here and still couldn't make it stick. Even though the traffic was the factor, the decisive factor for him getting back at me. Don't know if I thought that in the race actually, but yeah, I was just trying something different now. Yeah, another traffic there. And now I'm close to him. And I was curious to see if I can actually create a run on him into turn 1 as well with slipstream. And yeah, we're gonna see. We shall find out shortly. Oh, we're actually on his camera. So you see, I'm right at his back exiting the corner basically. And I had good boost out of there always normally, but he just had even more. Or you can just stay in that camera for a bit. I think it's time to get into another camera angle again because we're coming closer to the hairpin. Let's do TV1 again. Even though it doesn't really show what happens. Right? I couldn't do a move here because we had traffic, so I just waited and created a run again, or tried to create a run by having a better entry into the corner. And it was actually close to him, so it kind of worked. But Spoon is... I mean, Leclerc would probably not agree with what I just say, not the best place for passing. And here, yeah, I actually went for the gap there because I thought the GTE can't really close it anymore anyway, because the other guy went through it on the inside. So I went for it, but the guy decided to turn in, which is his right, I guess. But I held back and completely stayed on the inside, so nothing really, no harm done, I shall say. Actually, I can actually check into my office a bit for a sec. So you can actually see, even though I had the pace and I was ahead by probably 1.5 seconds at some point, he's for some reason now 1.5 seconds ahead almost, with cars between us. I don't really, at this point I was like, how did that happen now? How? I had the pace, I didn't really do anything wrong, and now he's ahead of me again. I just felt like sometimes the decisions I made in that race, on the first stint, were just not perfect. I just made some wrong decisions, I think. A bit unlucky sometimes, maybe. Sometimes I can't say unexperienced because I should have experience. But I haven't really driven that car in a long time, so that might have hurt my decision making. Did I forget to count a pass actually? I don't know. I don't really care. We're definitely at 15 passes now or something. They're actually locked up. We're now getting close to the end as well of the video and of the stint. And I got another position there. Oh, there are definitely more things to come. I think I missed a pass. I think my list were now on pass number 13. I'm sure it was more though. But anyway, it's not a number, as I said. It's more like it just felt great and was a lot of fun. Let's watch right front. Sec, where's right front? There. Yeah, you can see he had a good slipstream here and his top speed is advantage. So he was close again. And yeah, it was a special place here anyway. I definitely tried something different with the boost later in the stint, so this might have been it. Yeah, I tried something different with the boost here. Because he was not easily getting past me as well. I boosted later and just saved more energy for that place. And it was still not enough, as you saw. Which was... I was furious. Or no, I wasn't furious, but it was crazy for me. I couldn't understand how much boost he had out of there. I had 60% at some point, and he still passed me. This is actually our GTE again. And I slipped quite a bit there. Tires were done, by the way, because of all the fighting and the traffic, and it was quite hot, as you can probably imagine, in the beginning of the race, and the tires were quite fragile in the beginning. It was okay, but yeah, here I tried something different, going for the inside through that corner. Nice racing again, both leave us each other space, and now I'm ahead again. And I think it was the lap where I actually saved loads more energy than the laps before for start and finish straight. With saving energy for start and finish straight, I basically mean not boosting as much out of here. But normally, a start and finish straight is downhill, and this straight is uphill. So you would like to boost more here than start and finish straight, but I just had to change my way of doing it, because no matter how much I boost here, he's always going to stay close in slipstream. And as long as he doesn't pass me, I don't really care if he gets close, because I can't change that. But out of here, I had so much energy this lap as well, but he just had even more. I couldn't... And looking back now, I understand it, because he's got lower downforce, so he's got to brake more, and he's got more approach speed, which is going to gain him energy in the end. So it kind of makes sense. But you can see I'm all over him again. Oh, I actually missed the pass again. So, or actually 2? No, 1. Pass number 14 on my list, probably 16 or something now. Anyway, I was all over him again here, and out of here at some point I just stopped boosting because through Dagnar I could always stay as close anyway, and he didn't really boost there, so I was just maximizing my advantage into here, and I did what I always did. That's number 15 then. I think it's not over yet though. I'm not too sure. No, no, it was definitely not over yet, the fight, which is kind of crazy, because still we had the faster car. I was faster in that stint, and here I made my mistake again. And yet I wasn't able to clear him properly. This time I saved even more battery, as you can imagine, because it didn't work last time. So I just tried until it worked, but I think it did never work on the first stint to keep him behind on the front stretch. Actually, yeah, there was traffic now. I remember that helped me a bit into here. Not really, but a bit, definitely. And now, I don't know what's gonna happen now, but he's quite far back, you would have thought. You could actually see me boosting quite late there again. And as you see, it actually almost worked. Yeah, we were side by side into turn 1 here at least. And yeah, side by side through turn 2 almost as well. And this time I was finally able to stay ahead. I really saved so much energy for the front stretch this time, in this lap. And the traffic created a little bigger gap than normal, I guess. And yeah, you can see me going away through the S's now from him. Just using the downforce that we had and they did not quite have, I guess. The P3 guy basically fell back, by the way, all the time because he had that damage and he just didn't have the pace. They weren't slow, but he had some damage and he was a bit slower. If you wonder why he was on pole then, the Porsche is just around 8/10 or something faster in qualifying because it just has more energy to use. The Audi regains energy only while braking and the Porsche does it, I don't know if it's the turbo or anything, but something on the straight. Yeah, I think it's the turbo heat that gets transformed into electrical energy and brakes. But the Audi only relies on braking. So yeah, this was actually the last lap of the stint. And I started stuttering with the fuel already here, I think. So I was already kind of out of fuel exiting 130R. And I didn't really look at fuel at all because my teammate just told me I stay out another lap and I didn't really know that it was going to be tight. But yeah, I was basically stuttering all the time. No, there was a cone actually I hit. And you can see me shaking now because I'm just trying to shake the last bit of fuel into the car. Or into the engine, I mean. And it worked. I made it back to our pit stall. That was basically a full stint. Wasn't quite as many overtakes as I thought in terms of counting, but I probably missed some. And anyway, it was a crazy stint, nevertheless. Um, and I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. Good job to all of the others for yeah making that possible. Stander and Nathan mainly. Um, it was a lot of fun and all the GTEs as well. It was tough out there with the GTEs and created so many great or crazy opportunities to make moves and yeah create strange situations as well. But it was so much fun and challenging as well, so I really enjoyed it. Hope to see both of these teams back for the next time, and I hope you also enjoyed the little impression video, or rather long impression video. Um, yeah, I definitely enjoyed the race, and also watching it back was very fun, a lot of fun. It was 40 minutes or something, and still it wasn't boring for me. I hope you enjoyed the little impression, and yeah, maybe see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.